the lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, whose worth is praises may go back again. So challenges on the mount of all edge for her perfections, but my revenge will come. Claudius, break not your sleep, for that you must not think that we are made to fall so flat and so dull that we can lend our beard, be shook with danger, and think it is pastime. You shortly shall hear more. I loved your father, and we love ourselves, and that I hope will teach you to imagine. Enter a messenger with a letter. Messenger. Peace to your majesty, this is to the queen, Claudius, from Hamlet, who brought them. Messengers, sailors, my lord, they say I saw them not, they were given to me by Claudio, he received them, and I brought them. Claudius, letters, you shall hear them leave us. Reads, high and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on Hamlet, who brought them. Messengers, sailors, my lord, they say I saw them not, they were given to me by Claudio, he received them, and I brought them. Claudius, letters, you shall hear them leave us. Reads, high and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg to see you in a kingly eye. Shall I first ask you pardon thereunto, recognition of occasion of my sudden return.
Wait, Rachel.
Scene. What should this mean? Are the rest come back, or is there some of you to no such thing? Laterus, know your hand. Claudius, does Hamlet character naked in the postscript here says alone, can you disguise me? No, I'm lost in it, my lord, but let them come. It warms the very sickens my heart that I live and tell him to his sleep. Thou did not. Claudius, it be so, Laterus. And how should it be so? How otherwise will you rule by me? Laterus, ah, my lord, so you will not overrule me to a peace. Claudius, to thine own peace it now be returned, as checking at his voyage, and the means no more to undertake it, I will work him to an exploit now ripe in my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall, and for his death no wind of blame shall breathe, but even his mother shall unchange the practice, and call it accident. Later, as my lord, I will be ruled, and rather you devise it so, that I might be this all again. Claudius, it falls right, you've been talked of since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing, for a quality wherein you say you shine. Your summer pots did not together pluck such envy from him as did that one in my regard of the unworthiest siege. Laterus, what pot is that, my lord? Claudius, a very ribbon in the cap of youth, yet needful, too, for youth no less becomes the light and careless livery that it wears, and settled age and as stable in his weeds. Importing health and graveness 2 months since, here's the gentleman of Normandy. I have seen myself and served against the French, and they call well on horseback, but this gallant had witchcraft, and it grew on into a seat, and such a wondrous dew brought his horse and corpse and demi-nature. The brave beast, so he taught my thoughts, and I've forgery shaped and fixed and come short of what he did in Norman, was it? A Norman, upon my life, the Lord. The very same. Laterus, I knew him well, and the brute indeed, a gem of all the nations, Claudius. He made confessions to you. He gave such a mastery report for an art and exercise in your offence, and the rapier most especially that he cried out would be a signal, a sight indeed, if one could match the scrimmers of the nation. He swore had neither motion God nor eye. If you opposed them, so this report did Hamlet so envy him with his envy that he could not do but beg and wish for sudden coming to a play. Now of this, what of this, my lord? Laterus, was your father dear to you, or are you like the painting of a sorrow, a face without a heart? Why, you ask? Not that I think you did not love your father, but that I know love is begun by time, that I see in the pastures of proof, time qualifies a spark in the fire, they live with the very flame of all the kind of wicked stuff that will abate it. And nothing is like a goodness still, for goodness growing is no pleasure, he dies into too much that we do. We should do what we would do, for this wood changes, and hath abates and delays in many. There are tongues and hands and accidents, and this should be a pitiful sight, that hurts by easy, but to quick that also Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show your deeds of father, son, more than these words? To cut his throat in the church. No place indeed to murder sanctuarized. Revenge should have no bounds, but good Laterus, will you do this? Keep close with your chambers, Hamlet will return, you are coming home. We'll put on those shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish of fame. The Frenchman gave you, bring in your fire together, and wing over your hands. He began remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not pursue the foils that with ease or little shuffling you may choose, sworn unabated, and passive practice requite him for your father. Laterus, I will do it, and for my purpose I'll anoint my sword I bought on unmatched mountain to somewhat on dividend like, where it draws blood no capital so rare, collected from all samples of virtue under the moon. You can say anything. From death but is scratched with all, touch my point with the contagion, and if it shall slightly might be death. Claudius, let's further think of this way. The convenience, both of the times and the means, may fit us in the shape of the it's just found the think and the drift and then the bad performance was spent and not to say. Therefore, this practice should have been back to what if it did blast the proof, stop, let me see. We'll make a solemn wager on your cunnings. And in your motion, you are hot and you are dry. As you make balance more violent to that end, the calls for a drink, I'll have profit him to challenge the sun, where the sipping is chance escape the venom cycle most ignorant, but stay what noise. Gertrude says, oh, woe doth tread upon another lay's hill, so fast they follow your sister's drowned. Laterus, your sister is dead. Laterus, drowned? Oh, where? Gertrude, there's a willow, gauss escape, the brook and the shells, and the hoys, leaves, and the grassy stems, and the fantastic gardens that she make. Or cornrows, nettles, daisy, and all these purples and liberal ship. Give gross a name, but I called my zoo, and a dead man's finger call. No. No, the pin about the cormorants, we come ran to the hammer and the sun. Right when broke when witty trophies of the south fell from the weeping brook. Her clothes were
weeping brook. Hey!
Went down her weedy, trophies herself, and fell in the weeping brook.
Hey!
Her clothes red wine and a mermaid black when the wilder bore her up. Which time she changed not so incapable of distress. Or like a creature native and endued until that element. But long it could not be till her garments heavy with her drink pulled the poor wretch from her melodies lay to a bloody death. Letters, alas, then she has drowned. Gertrude drowned. Letters, too much water has thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I found my tears. But the trick is nature her custom holds, let shame and say what it will. When these are gone in the world, adieu, my lord, I have a speech of fire, a fame would blaze, but this folly drowns it out. Let's follow Gertrude now. Let's follow Gertrude, how much I have to calm his note of rage. Now fear I will give it starts again, therefore let's follow name. Act 5, scene 1.
We can do it.
First clown.
Hold on, there's way too much left. I gotta go to bed.
First clown.
Don't worry, I'm still good.
First clown. Oh yeah.
Oh.
First clown. If she is to be buried in Christian burial, then she will see it whole in salvation. Second clown. I tell thee, she therefore her make her grave straight, the crown of house settled, and finds it Christian burial. First clown. Oh yeah.
Oh.
First clown. If she is to be buried in Christian burial, then she will see it whole in salvation. Second clown. I tell thee, she therefore her make her grave straight, the crown of house settled, and finds it Christian burial. First clown, how can it be useless if she drowned herself in her own defense? Second clown, why 'tis found so. First clown, it must be so, offendo, it cannot be else, but here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. An act hath 3 branches. It is to act, to do, to perform. Argal, she drowned herself wittingly.